a product of you being made right with God. We're having lunch right now. I want to update you on our vegetables that we're growing, because today is the day where we're going to install the vegetable garden extension. If plants and vegetables is not your thing, you're probably not that great of a human being, and you can watch another vlog. If you don't like vegetables, you're not a horrible human being. I didn't mean that. Don't worry, I'm figuring this out. It's installed. All we need to do is fill it with dirt. Yeah, you want to color? Check this cuteness out. You wave?
Bye.
Bye. Just getting some gas. Then we're gonna go to Costco afterward. I hate going to Costco on a Friday. Well, failed trip to Costco. We rolled in and they were saying that Justice had to wear a mask. And it's like, I'm not gonna put a mask on that kid, so we're going to King Soopers instead. I know I do way too much filming at King Soopers, and it'd be more interesting to film a grocery outing at Costco than King Soopers, so we're going to transition real quick back to the house right now. Alrighty, day 340, and we are covering the entire book/letter of 1 Peter. Have you ever tried to sell something to someone, whether it was a product or an idea? You're basically trying to convince someone of something and for them to buy into that thing. And if you have done that, you know that whatever that thing is you're trying to sell, you talk about all of the benefits that that thing has for the individual you're trying to sell that to. And you most likely, if there are any, avoid the bad stuff, the negative things about that product or whatever it is that you're trying to sell. And I think this has crept into the church, and we often see our faith and we see the gospel and even Jesus as a product to sell. And we talk about him and all the wonderful things that he's going to do in their life and they're going to have salvation, all these things, and all those things are true. But when it comes to the reality of our faith, 1 Peter talks about a crucial aspect, and that is the reality that we will, as followers of Jesus, experience suffering. And it's not a matter of if we will suffer, but a matter of when and in what way will we suffer. And that's usually something that you don't want to talk about. But it's, once again, the reality of us following Jesus. In today's reading, especially in the first couple chapters, you see Peter going back and forth. Like, he starts out by showing them the wonder and the beauty of them being in Christ, and as a result, hey, go do these things. Oh, and by the way, as you're doing these things, don't forget, it's not you doing these things that saves you or makes you right with God, but it is a product of you being made right with God. And as we're working and as we're going through life doing these good deeds, we often need to remind ourselves of who we are in Christ, and that it's not based on our own work that we are in that awesome position before Jesus. And you know, kind of throughout the rest of the book, he does this. He goes back and forth. He talks about who they are in Christ, and as a result, what they should do, submitting to the authority. Talks about marriage relationships, how we should love one another and be unified in the midst of suffering, that we ought to shepherd the flock of God among us, that we all have within our role of the church, that we fulfill that role. And the emphasis, once again, is upon what Christ has done for you. So now walk in these things. But I just thought it was so interesting and so important for us to understand that we are not here to sell a product. We're not here to sell Jesus to people. And while there are so many wonderful, glorious things in being a follower of Jesus, we need to be truthful with people and tell them about the realities of following Jesus too, that it is hard, it is difficult, that suffering is involved, and that they will experience suffering. And so we need to realize that it's a matter of us walking in this lifestyle, being in line with the truth, and it's not about trying to sell a product. Yeah, they're going to be building the In-N-Out for a while. Smoothie King apparently does large smoothies that are $5 on Fridays. So we're going to go there right now and see what's up with that. There was a group of, I think, teenagers in a truck here in the parking lot, and they saw me filming, and they asked what the channel was, so I told them, and they subscribed. So shout out to those of you who are in the parking lot. Thank you guys for subscribing. I don't know who you are, but here's a shout out to you guys. Thank you.